All right, let's talk about something we've all seen. That little line item on our paycheck, FICA. We know it stands for the Federal Insurance Contributions Act, and we all know it's a deduction. But what is it really? Where does that money actually go? Well, over the next few minutes, we're going to follow the money and decode what that deduction is all about.
I mean, it's a totally fair question, right? And the answer is, your money isn't just vanishing into thin air. That FICA deduction is basically your premium for a massive national insurance system. It's one designed to protect you, your family, and frankly, everyone in your community. So let's dive in and see how it all works.
The story really starts back in 1935 with the Social Security Act. It was born out of the incredible hardship of the Great Depression, and it was never meant to be just another tax. It was designed as a form of social insurance. That's the key right there. It was meant to be a promise of some stability when life gets unpredictable.
Now, the biggest piece of that promise is something called OSDI. I know, it's a bit of an alphabet soup, but it stands for Old Age, Survivors, and Disability Insurance. This is the main program that most of us think of when we hear the words Social Security.
And this slide really breaks down those three pillars perfectly. See, it's not just about retirement. OSDI is there to provide income when you can't work anymore because of your age, or when your family loses your income if you pass away, or even when a serious disability keeps you from being able to work.
So how do you get in on this whole thing? Well, it all comes down to something called credits. As you work and pay those FICA taxes, you're earning these credits. You can get up to 4 of them a year. Once you've racked up 40 credits over your working life, which for most people is about 10 years of work, that's it. You're fully insured for life. You're in.
Okay, let's make this real. Let's talk numbers. Back in 2020, the average retired worker was getting about $1,500 a month. Now, of course, this is just an average. Your specific amount is going to depend on how much you earned over your lifetime, but it gives you a really tangible idea of the kind of income support we're talking about.
And hey, remember that S in OSDI? That stands for survivors. If a worker who qualified for Social Security dies, the system provides a really important safety net for their family. This could be for spouses, young children, and even dependent parents. It is a critical lifeline for a family right in their moment of crisis.
Now, this is a really important distinction, one that trips a lot of people up. The D in OSDI stands for disability, but it's not the same thing as workers' comp. The key difference is right here. Social Security covers a severe, long-term disability from any cause, whereas workers' comp is only for injuries that happen on the job. Big difference.
So your FICA deduction isn't just about income security. It also covers your health security. And that brings us to the second major program that it funds, Medicare.
To put it simply, Medicare is our national health insurance program, and it's primarily for Americans who are 65 and older. It was created to make sure that as people head into retirement, they wouldn't have to face a major health crisis completely unprotected.
And yes, Medicare has its own alphabet soup, but this slide makes it super simple. Think of it like this. Part A is for the hospital. Part B is for your doctor visits. Part D is for your prescriptions. And Part C, or Medicare Advantage, that's just an option to get all those same benefits, but through a private insurance plan instead.
Okay, on to the third major program that was established by the Social Security Act, unemployment insurance. Now, this one works a little bit differently than the others. It's really designed to be a temporary bridge for you when you're between jobs.
And this slide shows you exactly why it's so different. Check it out. Unlike Social Security and Medicare, this is not funded by your FICA deduction. It's paid for by employers through totally separate taxes called FUTA and SUTA. And another crucial point, it's run by your state government, not the federal government.
So how long does this bridge actually last? Well, in most states, under normal circumstances, you're eligible to get benefits for up to 26 weeks. It's really meant to be that temporary support while you're out there actively looking for your next job.
But, as we've all seen pretty recently, this system is flexible. During a big national crisis, Congress can and does pass laws like the CARES Act to expand those benefits. They can increase the amount, extend how long you get it, and make it easier to qualify. It just shows how vital this program is in our modern economy.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, you've got the income support, you've got the health coverage, and you've got that bridge between jobs, you start to see the big picture. They all combine to form our national social safety net.
And at its very heart, this is the core philosophy. The whole system works because today's workers are paying for the benefits of people who are retired or getting benefits right now. It's this cyclical commitment, this promise that when your time comes, the next generation is going to be there for you too.
So,
the next time you look at your paycheck, you can see that FICA deduction not as money that's just lost, but as your premium payment. It's your contribution to this massive shared insurance pool that you and millions of other people pay into and can draw from in some of life's most challenging moments.
And that really brings us to the big question, the one for all of us. This system was designed almost 100 years ago. As we live longer and as our economy keeps changing, the challenge that we all face is figuring out how to uphold and even strengthen this fundamental promise for all the generations to come.